more you can see the Khaw Hniaw Sukh, the white blessed sticky rice coming up through the golden Wan Dork Tong powders, and the authentic Sai Re Tong and Tong Daeng golden copper Sai Re coating. And here you can see the golden powders. So you can see the white piece in the middle of the screen here now, which is also Khaw Hniaw Sukh, these white pieces. The green pieces is Pong Prai Kumarn causing mold. You can see on the curve of the sum of the arch here. And the white flecks, which in the golden herbal Dork Tong powders, these white flecks is because Hlueang would always mix Khaw Hniaw Sukh inside the powders. Here we can see Khaw Hniaw Sukh that has to be present in whatever, if it's herbal powders, red amulet powders. Sometimes he would paint herbal, here's the code stamp, he would paint herbal colored tints onto some of them. So you have lots of different colored powders and effects, but whatever, you would see this Khaw Hniaw Sukh present, the blessed sticky rice, cooked blessed sticky rice inside. This particular one is called Lake Sam, many versions were made with a number 3 code stamp, which I shall explain on another day. It's to do with a particular collaborator who was a lay master, who collaborated with Hlueang Tim, and the amulets which were made using the donated powders from that particular Luxit were given the Leksam, the number 3 stamp to differentiate them. You can see Khaw Hniaw Sukh, and this is Nuea Wan Dork Tong, Pra Khun Phaen Yord Khun Pol, Hlueang Tim, Wat Laharn Rai. Just take a look on the other side at also the Khaw Hniaw Sukh and the Sai Re gold leaf application, which was made using a specific method and which bakeries cannot really reproduce because they just use Camel brand imported bronze lacquer, which is nothing like this at all, with this fluffy texture. And you see Khaw Hniaw Sukh again, the white flecks, the greenish Pong Prai Kumarn powders. You can see the age of the Takrut. The Takrut is perhaps the most recognizable authentic part before you start to look at the Muan Sarn. Takrut Sariga in this edition, in this particular version here, you can see again Pong Prai Kumarn and Khaw Hniaw Sukh present. The Yan Ha or Yan Gabor Kwai. You can see on the edge of the amulet here Khaw Hniaw Sukh. It's a very nice little macro look at this amulet, which you'll see shortly in full shape. So here we go. I'm going to take the macro lens off now, and here we go. Maybe move the light, it's a bit too much light to see the proper colour. Very difficult to see the proper colour with video and artificial light, so it's looking a bit blue. We're going to put it on some white background now. Wan Dork Tong powders. And the rear face. I see it's gone green again, because you see how the artificial light changes the colours. Not good. See if I can move him away. And there you go. Let's close in on him. You see how it takes a greenish colour? That's the artificial light. I'm sorry about that. There, it's about the right colour now. There, about this colour. You can see the reddish tone, that is because the Sai Re, Tong Kham and Tong Daeng, he used gold and copper. You can see it when they change the angle here, it looks almost red. You have to get this in natural light really to see. I'll just take the light off a bit now. There, I can see a little bit better, the light. Let's get a close-up in now. I see the Khaw Hniaw Sukh just where the hands of the Buddha on the head and above the number 3. And the greenish Pong Prai Kumarn powders. You can see the Yanga Bok Hwai on the back. Now the colour is just about right in this light. And there you go. You can see the greenish Pong Prai Kumarn. You can see the reddish Sai Re, Tong Daeng and Tong Kham, gold and copper Sai Re, which was sometimes painted onto the block press before the amulet was pressed into it, and then this left the fluffy golden coppery Sai Re effect on the amulets. There you go. Pra Khun Phaen Pimyai BC Pa 2515 BE. Some people know as Block 2, Block Song, or some card broken. We call it with a break in the arch, which I'll explain on another day. It's something on the left side here, and it's very hard to see because it's not really broken. Some people call also Sao card, meaning the pillar, broken pillar or broken arch. And there's nothing really broken about it to the normal eye, but it's one of the fine details used to differentiate. The block song was first made as the block in meat Gorn, which was made from like a sharpening stone used for the razors monks used to sharpen their to shave their heads with, which broke because it's quite soft stone. And so then they made another block of this design called the block Tong Hlueang, made from brass, and pressed amulets with that. I think about 1,800 or 2,000 amulets. And then that's called Gorn Dtaeng before refining the design. And then the same block Tong Hlueang, block song, second block press, was further refined and carved to create slightly more beautiful features. And then once again was done again, and that was then called the block rag, the first block press, which is the most preferred. And so the first block press is actually the second or the third, fourth refinement, the fourth refinement. There are also other presses which I'll go in. It goes into very fine details, some of which many people know and most people don't know, and that's why the Samakon Prat, the Amulet Appreciation Societies still don't play with some of them because it's very difficult to separate. And so the most played with or the most collected are the ones that are in the major categories, and so the finer, tinier subcategories are less played with, but by those in the know, extremely collected, and they're just as sacred and as blessed and beautiful, but less known about. So this block 2, this is Gorn Dtaeng, this one, and it's block 2 Pim Niom Pim Yai is a Pim Niom, and so has a medium to high price, but nowhere near the highest prices. So a very collectible amulet and an affordable one, and we're lucky in this day and age to be able to find the block song, because the block rag is for millionaires only, and these are highly recommendable to possess. Finally, again, chances to possess real Pra Khun Phaen, Pong Prai Kumarn, Ban Khai, Yord Khun Pol, Hlueang Pu Tim, Wat Laharn Rai. Dot code Lek 3. Ajarn Spencer, signing off. And so now, just to make some final notes of observation on the Muan Sarn powders of an authentic Pra Khun Phaen, Yord Khun Pol, Ban Khai, or Pra Khun Phaen, Pong Prai Kumarn, Pim Yai, Hlueang Pu Tim. One should notice that on this
2515, and all editions between 2505 and 2515 BE, that the gold, bronze Wanit, or the gold and copper Pleo Tong, Daeng, Sai Re, we called it Sai Re Tong Kam and Sai Re Tong Daeng, is very fine and fluffy, and is nothing like the camel brand foreign import, which at that time, this temple of Wat Laharn Rai, which before it was named Wat Laharn Rai was also known as Wat Rai Wari, was pretty much in the forest, and wasn't really possible for them to go out and find imported bronze coating. And so the methods used for putting the Sai Re Tong Kam and Sai Re Tong Daeng, copper and real gold elemental Muan Sarn onto the block press, which caused it to be affixed to the amulet, it just doesn't make sense. And so when you see this authentic Sai Re Tong Kam Tong Daeng present, that's one of the recognition factors. Apart from that, it's easy to notice that there is no bone plaster, white plaster, which is found in fakes, and there is the presence of Khaw Hniaw Sukh, baked or steamed Khaw Hniaw, which was blessed and empowered by Luang Pu Tim. You see the presence of the Khaw Hniaw Sukh within all of the powders of his amulets, even if they are Wan Dork Tong or Wan Sabu Luad, or just white Khaw Hniaw Sukh. Wan Sabu Luad will be red color, and Wan Dork Tong will be golden color, and just Khaw Hniaw Sukh will be white color. And he would also paint them with different colored kind of tints, herbal tints, in blue or green or red, and make from different powders. Also in Sabu Luad, Wan Dork Tong, Nam Tao Wan Long, which is a forest vine, with Wan Prai Dam black powders. So all different colors of Khun Phaen, but you will always find the Khaw Hniaw Sukh present, which is the white, looks like white marbled kind of pieces, and of course the Pong Prai Kumarn. And so to notice the presence of Khaw Hniaw Sukh and the Sai Re Tong Kam Tong Daeng present within the powders is always a very good sign of authenticity, and that there is no poon plaster, so white plaster powders present in this or any other authentic amulet of Luang Pu Tim. In the editions between 2505 and 2515 BE, there were many different colors, of course, which Luang Pu Tim liked to use to differentiate them. And another thing which is a common lie, which you can find spoken about in many of the amulet books which are published by what we call the Pak Puak, people who group together in their gang, or some people call the Samakom Pra Hlueang, Samakom Pra, the amulet appreciation societies, which are actually monopolies really, and have been controlled for many years, and is now breaking apart because through the internet and the communication between people, including most of the older people and the local people who grew up around Wat Laharn Rai, because most of these supposed experts who have controlled the monopoly through publishing their own books and controlling their high-end, high-priced showrooms in the Ngamong Wan and other places, keeping themselves within a small group of people and blocking the truth, and only not blocking the truth, but only allowing the truths which benefit them to get out. And they have also not had the complete knowledge. Not everything they say is what they know to be true. And so one lie is that that only some editions have Pim Yai and there is no Pim Lek small version, or that the small versions don't have all of these different colors, which is a lie, because all amulets made by Luang Pu Tim of Pong Prai Kumarn, Luang Pu Tim insisted on them beingคู่กัน, so they would have to have Pim Yai and Pim Lek, small and large versions. So we would like to break that common belief, which is a lie. Especially being said that many of the Sien Pat like to say that the Pim Lek was never made in Hlueang, in yellow tinted color, and that is a falsity. So here's Ajarn Spencer breaking some of the common myths, signing off.